How to breathe when it comes to voice and speech. I just read a terrific, somewhat new book, Breath by James Nestor. It's a fantastic book that talks about the importance of breathing exercises and the fact that so many people are mouth breathers and that there are a lot of ill effects from it. In fact, a friend of mine who had some lung issues read the book, worked with a breathing coach, a breathing specialist, and got a lot better, was able to recover quite a bit. So it's a wonderful book, and it talks about how when we breathe through our mouth, it can be so drying on our throat, so unhealthful for us. And by doing some exercises, which are in the book, we can start to develop stronger lung capacity, more relaxation, a healthier circulation through our body, all kinds of benefits. So, it's a terrific book. Now, if you're a mouth breather when you're sleeping, it can be very hard, very drying on the throat all night long. Some people have nasal issues, and if you can address that medically, it makes a huge difference. But when it comes to speaking, breathing through the nose is not the most efficient way to get our breath. If I take a breath in, that's a very small passage to get the breath in each time. There's a little noise involved as well, as opposed to allowing the breath drop in through the mouth, which we're going to practice doing in just a moment. If we breathe through the nose, it takes a while, right? But if we breathe through the mouth, the breath can just drop right in. I open my mouth, the breath drops in. Now, when I'm doing that, there's a little bit of noise there, a little bit of a, kind of like I'm sucking the air in. We don't need to do that. That's the great thing. We can let nature work for us. The way that our bodies are designed, the atmosphere we live in, that we've adapted to allow it to fuel our voice. And the interesting thing about the breath is what it says to other people, the kind of signals that we give off. If I'm breathing and I'm panting, what does that mean? Perhaps I'm out of breath, or I'm nervous, or I'm really excited, any of those things. Or if I'm taking a big breath in, maybe it sounds like, oh, I got something to tell you. You've really got me going now. Or if I'm not breathing, maybe that I'm kind of fearful, like all of a sudden there's no breath there. If there's a gasp, then I'm surprised. All kinds of things. When I work with my actors, we talk about the breath and how the breath is a signal for so much emotion. Without words, the breath tells so much about the psychological and emotional state of that person. So, if we allow the air pressure of the outside environment and the air pressure within our lungs and our rib cage to work in tandem, we can allow our breath to easily flow in. Because our bodies want to regulate, get equalized. So all we have to do is allow our mouth to drop open slightly. And I want you to try this exercise. Just let your jaw drop slightly. Your mouth to open a bit more, as though there were two little strings on each side of the jaw, dropping down the mouth. Feeling your back of the tongue relax. And feel that breath just drop in, your belly relax as that breath drops in. Silently, it doesn't have to have any sound to it, doesn't have to be a gasp, a pool, difficult. Just allow that breath to drop in. By doing that, we get a full breath in. We can really fill our lungs, feel that breath drop down to our belly, and it can fuel our voice. It is so helpful in every situation because, again, the way that we breathe tells so much. If somebody's a little breathy, a little bit, trying to catch their breath, it can signify all kinds of things, ill health, an emotional state. And if you allow the breath just to come in easily and do so before you speak, to do so to support your voice, it's a whole different ball game. So practice that. The jaw drops down, these two strings pull down, back of the tongue relaxes, breath drops in, your belly relaxes, and you feel that breath support your voice. That breath is there for you. This helps for all kinds of situations. If you're a quiet speaker, if you're nervous, if you have something difficult to say, all of this can help you do that. All of that relaxation and that breath before you speak, the breath dropping in through the mouth, will help you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.